to go ahead and share it to Facebook to get people to come on. As you can see the flyer, we're going to talk about repetition become reality. So let me share it to the Facebook and I'll be right back. That's right. As you can see, I am back. And as you seen the flyer, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to come on. I know it's Friday. Yes, indeed. Guys, I'm on the live with you for only 30 minutes. That's it. I'm going to clamp my microphone on right now. There's some things that I want to discuss. As y'all see that little Mickey Mouse thing. Yes, it is a microphone. It's some things that I definitely want to discuss. And why is that? Because we're living in an illusion of a lie of our identity. We want me to say it again? Most of us is living in an illusion of our identity. So I don't know how many of you feel like that, but I know it to be true. And sometimes we don't even understand why we feel some things are missing in our life. And tonight, I want to go over them and break them down for you. So I want to say thank you and welcome to my YouTube page. If this is your first time, go ahead and hit me the thumbs up. Let me know that you're listening. Let me know that you're there. And go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. We're going to speak tonight about repetition, which becomes our reality. That's really not tied to our identity. Why do we want to talk about that? We want to talk about it, and I like to lean in sometime. We want to talk about it because sometimes we don't get to decide who we are. We practice who we are, and repetition become our identity. Identity is not formed in the moment, right? It ain't formed in the decision-making process, but it's formed through a pattern of repetitions. Long before you had language, before you knew anything about speaking, you was already becoming someone through what you was constantly watching and constantly doing and constantly what was being practiced in front of you. I don't think people even understand that. And eventually you believe that's who you were. You believe that's why your identity code was tied into some of the things that really takes place in your life. You watch your parents, your grandparents, your sisters and brothers live a broke life, live without any finances. Some of you even watch your parents that lived on government welfare, that depended on the government, that heard certain type of languages. And you said, this is my lot in life. You've seen it practiced in front of you repeatedly, repetition after repetition. And that became your reality. It became a part of your identity. Tonight, we want to confront the illusion. We only have 25 more minutes, but I want to be able to break that down for you on why it's important that you confront the illusion, because you have a purpose and you have an assignment. I want to give you a little bit of back history about my life before I move forward. Why do I want to do that? Because if you understand who I am and where I came from and why identity is so important to me, you will begin to see why I speak about it with such passion and why I stay on this topic. I'm not just a coach or mentor. I'm a transformational movement. I'm the voice, awakening voice for you from the inside out. This is my life, and my life is my ministry. And ministry could go any type of way. I live through these things. My degree comes through experience. See, when you go to college, say for instance at 18, you go get the knowledge, right? Knowledge is not experience. Wisdom is skilled experience. Now you have the wisdom and the knowledge added together. You now live that thing. I have the wisdom behind what I speak about. Okay? Thank you. I like my hair too. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to go over some of these things that we live in illusion. I was in illusion because I was raised in a large family. Some of you only have one or two children, one or two brothers and sisters, and some of you have a large family. Not only did I have a large family, right? I like it. I like it. I have children of my own. I have 7. My last 2 was a set of twins, a boy and girl. But let me share this with you. And I'm only going to give you my side of the story. I was raised in a home that was living off government assistance, but also grew gardens and had animals around us and everything like that. So I was feeling that was my lot in life. But at an early age, I said, I don't want this. I don't want this to be who I am. And I began to ask, who am I really? Do I have to live like this with an outhouse or receive this lot in life? And I'm pretty sure that my brothers and sisters high asked the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure they did, because their life have changed drastically from how I lived as well, and how we lived in that house. My mom and dad only literally had a 2-bedroom house. My oldest sister, my daddy made it a closet. But that's not here or there, right? Yeah, your T. Listen, I want to give you my backstory and my voice. I was in the military for over 20 years. A lot of things happened. I went to war about 5 times. I had 2 voice surgeries, whether tea, ice, water, whatever. They did 2 voice surgeries and messed up my vocal box. They dried it out so much, it don't matter what I drink. I keep peppermint. My slab in my mouth don't even come as regular as I want it to. So it's certain things that I have to do. So keep going live. Okay. So what I want to tell you about my life is this, right? My mom stayed married to my dad. No matter what was going on in their relationship, I seen some things and I'm like, man, if it were me, I would leave. Okay. But in those days, right? Women stayed no matter what was going on. They stayed. If for cheating, abuse, no money, they stayed because of the children. But I decided I was not going to do that if I get in a relationship that I did not like. I don't know how many of you are there. And the reason I'm telling that, because it's an illusion that you got to stay somewhere. It's an illusion that you got to accept some abuse or certain things in your life. It's an illusion that's being taught to you out there in the world that you have to accept that lot in life. You see those patterns in front of you. But I want to break that. I want to make sure that you are aware. Because see, before awareness came formation, right? You learn how to respond, react, and survive by repeating what you was exposed to. And I was exposed to that. So my first husband, and I don't want to tell anybody else's story. My mom had a baby young. I had a baby young. Mostly all of my sisters, at least 5 of them had a baby at an early age. See, that's what I was used to, even in the environment that I was around. See, but what I chose to do was move me after that, after I got married at 18, my first husband. But remember the patterns. Repeated patterns and identity. I only made one decision. I will not stay in a marriage. But I didn't make it to the point of I wouldn't be in abusive relationships. Abuse could come any different ways. It could come from emotional, being physically abused, being cheated on, children, those patterns. But I said I want to stay with that person. But what about me abusing myself in the language that I say to me? See, we have to confront ourselves as well, because we heard it repeatedly over and over again. That's why I said, what are you saying to yourself in the mirror? How are you speaking to yourself? How are you treating yourself? It ain't about the person on the outside and what they can say, because my husband can tell me I'm beautiful every single day. He can buy me roses, flowers, bring me candy, but it's all about how I feel from the inside out, not about the external. And that's the war within ourselves. And that's the illusion of your identity. There are repetitions of who you became that became part of your identity. And that's what I'm making you aware of. This is a big deal. The reason I say it's a big deal, because until you confront those things, you will continue to apply them to your life. You will think that you're not beautiful enough or smart enough, or you can't do certain things. You can't have the person in your life that you want. You can't be wealthy enough. You're not tied to wealth. It's an illusion. And we want you to confront those patterns. You think that you have to depend on the government, that you can't go out and create wealth out of thin air, which you can, because let me tell you how you can. Because everything is created from the inside out. You know how it's created from thin air? Because it came from within you, and you formed that thing. Because everybody's mind is not like yours. You got some things locked on the inside of you that you have not tapped into because some of the things that were said to you. You're not smart enough. You're not beautiful enough. You can't do this. You can't do that. And you've seen them repeated over and over in front of you, right? But what I want you to do is I want you to really recognize these things and what you was exposed to. You didn't sit down and choose your behavior patterns. You absorb them through your environment. You watch, you adapted, and then you begin to perform. You're doing the same thing you said you was not going to do. I'm not going to be like my parents. In other ways, you are like your parents. How do I know? How do I know that I got some of my parents' traits? Because I absorbed them. The way my mama communicated, she yelled all the time. I'm making a conscious decision not to do those things. But sometimes I find myself doing it. That's just the God honest truth. My first marriage was abusive. I'm talking about physically abusive. I had a shotgun to my head. I had to go to the hospital. My left side of my head, I have no feeling. I don't look like what I've been through. I'm talking through lived experiences. Some of the things I didn't want my children to see. And I got 2 children by that marriage. But I already had one coming into the marriage. You see who was exposed to those things. Being exposed from the womb in just a small bit is still captured in the memory of the children. I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from because they are absorbed through the DNA. You feel that, oh, I moved from that environment, they don't have it, but that's incorrect. It's generational. But until we begin to confront it and deal with it in the DNA code or the DNA pattern, those things will continue to come up. How do I know? Because some of my children got those same patterns and traits that I was trying to move them from, but did not deal with them from the inside out. I'm talking about lived experiences. I'm talking about what I absorbed, the patterns that was a part of my life. The things the behaviors that I did not choose, but I adapted to, and repetition became my identity. Habits build what you call you. So let me ask you this. What habit do you have? Repetition habit. Habits that is isolated in you. Habits that's in your subconscious mind. They connected, they stack, and they form the patterns. Over time, these patterns shape your thinking, your language, and your emotional response. I have a young daughter right now that she moved out. Really smart, and y'all probably seen her video, and I really went off on her. Like, I don't know why you put that. I don't even want you around me at this point, right? Because children is disrespectful. They feel that they could get away with it. And I want to talk about this. But why? Because I confront the truth and I make you aware of how you respond. So you're going to make a video and you wonder why you block your mom. This is what she said, and you don't want to be around her. Why? Because I confronted the truth. I told you about the pattern, that it shouldn't be a part of your life, and I exposed it, and you got mad and put a video about me on the World Wide Web, and you blocked me. See, sometimes you can't make people aware or they get offended. It comes through the people that you love the most of the time. But it's okay. Because let me tell you why it's okay with me. Because I still choose peace, and I still choose to say the truth. Some of you want to patty cake around it, and I did it in love. Sometimes my love is harsher than other people's love. But I want her to be aware of some of the things that she didn't have to accept. because it's a pattern of repetition. The abuse. Do you think I wanted you to be abused with a black eye, a broken foot, and all these things that's going on? No, that's not what I wanted for you. And the thing is, because I confronted those things and made you aware, you're now upset with me as your mom. Yeah, you don't live here anymore. You don't have to take my advice, right? But the thing is, it sounds like this, Miguel, is because I had voice surgery. It's okay. I'm fine. It's not hurting. This is just how I talk right now in my life, right? The thing is, I made her aware, but I'm glad I did because I'm going to be held accountable if I don't, right? When behaviors become your identity, that's because you've been consistently doing it. And it starts feeling like behavior and it starts feeling like part of your identity. Why? This is where the statement like, that's just how I am formed. Is it? No, those patterns, those repetitions, what you've seen through your environment, that illusion about who you are. It's formed, but it's not the truth. But from repetition but it's the repetition that went unchallenged. Is it really who I am? Is it really part of my identity? It's now time to confront those things that's a part of your life. It's now time to be aware and say, I don't want this for me. You guys know that. Yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you. You know it's more out there for you. You know. You know that illusion you're living in, the home or the environment or the work environment, you don't even like it. But you're just doing it because of the identity in the environment that you was in. That's what's going on. But what I want you to do is survival is disguised as identity. Some of what you call your personality was actually developed through survival. You became guarded because it was necessary. I remember I did. It was necessary. Because this is my third marriage and I'm in, right? Thank you. I love it. I'm glad you like my shirt and my earrings. I love that y'all interacting with me. I'm glad that you're listening to me. I love the comments. And this is my third marriage, right? I really want you to, this is my microphone on my shirt. And the thing is, I was finding myself sinking back to what I was used to and bringing my husband through those same patterns until I had to look in the mirror again. He is not them. He is not those people. He is not my identity, nor is this behavior part of who my DNA. I'm better than that. I know who I am. I stand in truth. And I love who I am. I love Shanequa. Shanequa is who I love. I have to say that to myself. I am the solution to the problem that's in my life. I love what I do. I love getting on live, sharing my life with you guys. I love these type of things. I love getting dressed coming up here. Thank you. Thank you, Miguel. I love my hair. Thank you for loving my hair, my earrings, and my shirt. But see, what's necessary for survival is not always aligned with who you are called to be. Do you understand who you called to be? Let me ask you these because I really want to challenge you in some of the things that's going on in your life. I want you to examine those repetitions and those patterns that's in your life. And why did they become permanent? Why are they a part of your identity? Did they come from you or did they come from your environment? Did you see it through your parents? Did you see them in your environment, through your friends and your cousins? Why do you feel that you got to depend on the government? Why do you feel that you can't create certain things? Why do you feel that what you're going through, the repetitions and the things that going on in your life can never be challenged? Right? And the thing is this, oh, you're a girl and you're your dad. It's okay. I'm glad you're here. And over time, those patterns will not just affect you. They will flow through you into others. Like I was sharing with you, the patterns that I have now flowed to my children, especially to my oldest one. Remember, I still got 3 younger kids and 3, right? I got, 4, because I got 7. 4 of them is out of the home. I got a 32-year-old. I got a 28-year-old. about to be 27, and a 21-year-old, a 13-year-old, and two 6-year-olds, because I had a set of twins. Boy, girl. My only boy is one of the twins. All the rest of them is girls. And some of the patterns that I've seen in my life that flow through generations, I now see in them. What about you if you have children? Or if you don't have children? It's time for you to really examine those patterns. Because unexamined patterns do not fade. They multiply. They multiply through what? Thank you. Thank you, Ruthie. They multiply through what you see and what goes on in your life. They multiply. And don't you want to understand where they came from? Do you not? I'm interrupting patterns right now. I'm interrupting generational things. Why? Because transformation does not begin with intention. It begins with interruption. That's where transformation began. And I want transformation for your life. I want you to be wealthy all around. And wealth is not just about finances. Wealth is about living a life that you love. That's what wealth is about. Some people, wealth is tied in their children, in their creativity, their books, what they cook, what they do, and what they design. That's their wealth. My wealth is tied to speaking to you, and I want wealth and finances because the energy never fades. And I want that for you. I want you to be transformed, but to do that, we have to interrupt the patterns. You must become aware of what you are consistently doing, not occasionally doing. It's some things that it's time for you to begin to write things down. It's time for you to write your day down and what you do every single hour. It's time for you to do that because what you feel that you're doing, you're probably not actually doing. But the only way you're going to capture what you're doing if you begin to write them down. How you wake up in the morning, your thoughts in your head through the day. Who are you comparing yourself with? These are some areas that we got to challenge. We got to interrupt these patterns. Why are you doing it? Who are you trying to measure up to? Who are you trying to prove yourself to? These are some areas that we have to interrupt. Why? Because what you interrupt, you weaken. What you replace, you rebuild. And it's time. And it's time. It's time for you to live a life that you love. It's time for you to understand that you can do it. It's time for you to know that the life that you have, which is only one before you leave this earth. And why do I bring that up? Because I just lost my brother-in-law. I just lost him in March. We crossed over in April. I pushed a lot of things back. I don't know if many of you know that I have a university, Sovereign Christian University. My first commencement was supposed to be May 1st and May 2nd. Why? Because I wanted to celebrate my birthday around that time. Look, life be lifing. I promise you that. It be lifing. And some things will interrupt your patterns or plans that you have. But don't mean that you cannot do them. You could push the timeline back because this was important. My brother-in-law was important in my life. And it's some things that I have to handle, the funds that I need to use to go ahead and square some things away and be the voice that he was and be the voice for him. You get it? Hi. And that's what I'm doing. That's what the family is doing. So I had to push it back a month. So now my first commencement will be the 13th and 14th, and I'm going to do a mastermind at the same time. The only thing I did was push it back. Can I celebrate my birthday then? Yes, I can. It won't feel the same. I'm still going to be forever young. I'm getting younger and younger, right? But this is important. Because I am the movement voice, the awakening voice for people to see, hi, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, right? So that's why with this one life, make a difference. Live the life you love. Go on trips, explore, create things. Love what you do. Love it. Change is not a feeling. It's not a feeling. It is a new pattern practiced long enough to become your new normal. Aren't you ready for change? Each morning now, and I got taped on my wall right beside my bed, I got some things that I say. This is what's going to happen in my life. I make it repetition. I make it a pattern. I make it a habit. And guess what? Right now, I only been saying this since like July. I wrote it out since July. And some of those things are coming to pass. I'm being called to be on speaking platforms. I'm auditioning to be on speaker platforms. How amazing is this? Because I'm saying it and I'm changing the patterns in my mind. I'm changing the patterns around me and I'm being intentional with it. And any other thing that shows up in my life that I don't like, I'm intentionally changing them. You may not have started the pattern, right? Hi, I thank you for being here. Hi, I'm great. But it's your responsibility whether it continues. It might have passed down through the generations. It's now time to break that. It's your responsibility, I love you too, whether it continues or not. So are you ready for it to change? Are you ready to live a different life? Are you ready for things to change in your life? This is where authority meets responsibility. It's now time to really change those patterns, the illusional life that you're living. It's time. Hi. Can you say my name? It says host VR221. Host VR221. That's what I say. Yes, I change. Okay, I'm glad. And I'm saying you are no longer just a product of what you formed, right? You are now a steward of what flows through you. So what are you saying? Hi. Listen, I'm so glad you guys are here. So what are you saying that you're going to change and you're going to be intentional with it? What are you saying, Garcia? What are you saying, host? What are you saying, Ruthie? Tell me what you're saying. You are not locked into your past repetitions. You are not locked in, right? You are positioned in your present with the authority to choose again because you're still here on earth. Sometimes people don't have a choice to choose. But guess what? We could break that generational pattern that's been passed down. What you repeat next will determine who you become. Your past made you your present right now, but your present is going to make your future. So it's time to change. It's time to break those patterns, interrupt those patterns to begin to transform. Repetitions form you, but it does not have to define you. It is now time for change. I want to say thank you once again for joining me live on my YouTube channel. If you have not liked or subscribed, let me tell you this. Please hit the bell. I'm so glad that you're here, host VR221, Ruthie World, Garcia Maria, and whoever it is. She says she's a girl on her dad's site. I'm so glad that each and every one of you, whether you showed up here or spoke up here or not, I am glad that you're here and that you're getting these nuggets, because sometimes people don't know that they're living in an illusion. I do have a website besides my YouTube channel, right? I'm so glad, host, that you have subscribed, host VR221. Thank you. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5:30 CST, 6:30 EST, or whatever time zone that you are on. Share these videos and I got other videos coming out. This month, we're going to be talking about the illusion of your identity. How you living in a false identity without even realizing it. So with that being said, I want to say thank you once again. Share it to your friends. Come back and be here with me, because we want to interrupt those patterns for you to start living another type of life. Why? And I'm also coming out with a daily journal for 52 weeks every single day. Thank you, Miguel Garcia. Thank you. I'm so glad that I like this, subscribe as well. Thank you. I'm coming out with a 52-week journal with every day wrote in that you can begin to track how you live and change the way you think to interrupt those patterns. My book, Take a Stand and Look Within, is being reeditioned. It will be out again real soon. I'm doing an audition to go on in Savannah, Georgia, here in May to be on platform to speak about the war within. And I'm already going to be on this platform in June. So these are the things that I wrote out because we have to confront what's externally changing our life internally and interrupt these patterns to have a better life. So thank you once again, and I will talk to you next Monday. See you soon.